Most guys think when a woman pulls away, they're losing something valuable. But the truth is, you're not losing anything. You're being freed. See, when someone's presence in your life comes with anxiety, overthinking, second-guessing, and emotional instability, that's not love slipping away. It's confusion clearing out. It's life showing you that she was never fully there to begin with. She's unsure, distant, cold, or inconsistent. That's not your soulmate leaving. That's emotional noise getting silenced. The right woman won't leave you wondering. She won't give you half-effort and expect full loyalty. She'll show up with presence, not excuses. So when she starts fading, don't panic. Don't chase her. Don't scramble to fix what was never solid. That urge to win her back comes from a place of fear, not clarity. You're not being rejected, you're being redirected. And if you're honest with yourself, you probably saw the signs way before it happened. You just didn't want to admit them. But now you've got a choice: cling to what's crumbling or reclaim your power and move forward. You don't need to convince her of your worth. You need to remember it for yourself. Because a man who knows his value doesn't beg for a seat at someone's table, he builds his own. Let her go, not as punishment, but as protection. Let her wonder why you stopped chasing. Let her feel the silence where your energy used to be. Because that silence isn't weakness, it's your strength finally speaking. And the moment you stop gripping the version of her you wanted, you make space for the life you actually deserve. You didn't lose her, brother. You found yourself. When a woman starts acting distant or unsure, most guys instantly feel the pressure to do more. They start chasing, texting more often, planning surprises, trying to fix whatever caused the shift. But let me tell you something straight. You don't fix confusion by giving more of yourself. Her uncertainty is not your emergency. It's not your responsibility to pull her back in, to prove your worth, or to audition for a role you were already playing with full effort. That's not masculine. That's desperation in disguise. A grounded man knows this. If she's unsure about him, that's her issue to sort out, not his problem to solve. The second you start performing for her clarity, you've already stepped out of your masculine frame. You've abandoned your power in exchange for her validation. And that never ends well, because women don't respond to desperation with love. They respond with distance. They sense when a man is acting from a place of lack. What actually draws her back in isn't your effort. It's your detachment, your refusal to explain yourself, your ability to remain calm, centered, and unshaken. When she's throwing emotional fog, that's what makes you rare. That's what commands respect. And if she walks away, let her. Because any woman who needs convincing to love you is not a woman built to love you fully. The one who's meant for you won't need a campaign. She'll feel your energy, your certainty, and meet you there. So stop trying to change her mind. Let her sit with her confusion. Let her make her decision without you trying to influence it. Because the man who stands still in his worth doesn't chase, he allows. And in that stillness, he either gets chosen or gets free. Either way, he wins. Silence is one of the most misunderstood forms of power. Most guys think that if they're not saying something, doing something, proving something, they're losing, but silence isn't losing, it's leading, it's control. It's choosing not to react emotionally when someone starts pulling away. See, when she distances herself, she expects a reaction. She expects you to chase, to over-explain, to ask what's wrong, to fight for her attention. That's the pattern she's used to men, folding the moment she pulls away. But when you respond with calm detachment, when you say nothing, when you stay composed, it flips the entire script. Suddenly, you're not just another guy playing into her ego. You become a mirror, a reflection of her own uncertainty. That silence, it gets in her head. She starts questioning. Why isn't he chasing me? Why isn't he reacting? Because she expected you to break. But you didn't. You chose peace over panic, and that is rare. In a world where everyone is loud, emotional, and attention-hungry, silence stands out like a thunderclap. It speaks volumes. It says, I'm not afraid to lose you. No, I know my value. And that energy, that non-neediness, that's what makes you unforgettable. Silence shows you've got control not over her, but over yourself. It shows discipline, strength, and maturity. It draws a line between men who act on impulse and men who lead with purpose. So when things get messy, don't explain yourself. Don't send long texts. Don't try to fix what's already slipping. Stay quiet. Stay grounded. Let her feel what life is like without your presence. Because silence doesn't just echo, it transforms. And if you meant something to her, that silence will say more than your words ever could. Why is it that we pour so much of our energy into people who give us the least clarity? You sit there, overanalyzing her texts, replaying every word, wondering what she meant. If she still cares, if you did something wrong, if you check her stories, her likes, her last scene, and all of it drains you. That's not love. That's confusion. That's addiction to chaos. You've got to break that cycle. Because the truth is, any connection that constantly makes you feel uncertain, anxious, or not enough isn't love, it's dysfunction. Real love doesn't keep you in limbo, doesn't make you question where you stand. It brings peace, not pressure. But every time you give your mind to her uncertainty, you're abandoning your own path. You're taking energy that could be building your body, your money, your mission, and handing it over to someone who isn't even showing up fully. That's self-betrayal. You want to flip the dynamic? Start redirecting that energy. Every time you feel the urge to check on her, turn inward. Hit the gym. Build something. Improve your life. Let your silence be the soundtrack to your progress. Because the man who chooses his own growth over chasing someone else's confusion becomes powerful. He becomes the kind of man women regret. Walking away from, not because he played games, but because he stopped playing along. So stop feeding the unknown. Stop chasing mixed signals. You don't need more signs. You need more self-respect when you start pouring into yourself instead of trying to fix or decode her. Everything changes. You stop being the man who waits. You become the man who builds. And the moment that shift happens, trust me, she feel it. And so will you. You've got to stop chasing what's already gone. I know it's tempting to hold on to the memory of how things used to feel, the laughter, the spark, the connection that once made everything seem effortless. But here's the truth you need to face. That version of her doesn't exist anymore. That version of the relationship is dead. And trying to force it back is like trying to breathe life into ashes. It's done. It's served its purpose. And now, you've got to stop reaching back and start facing forward. Because the more you cling to the past, the more you block the future from reaching you. You keep thinking, if I just say the right thing, if I just wait long enough, maybe she'll remember who we were. But brother, you're not supposed to be the keeper of what once was. You're supposed to be the man who learns from it, grows from it, and then releases it. Because the more you chase someone who's unsure about you, the more you abandon the parts of you that are certain. You trade your peace for possibility. And that's not a fair exchange. Let her go. Let the version of her that you loved go. Let the relationship go. Not because you didn't care, but because you care about yourself more now. And that shift matters. Because your future, it's not behind her. It's not in the texts you never got or the calls she stopped returning. Your future is in the man you're becoming, the one who doesn't need her to feel whole. That's where your power lives. So don't wait. Don't hope. Don't beg. Evolve. Because the real win was never getting her back. The real win was realizing you never needed to.